Welcome to Loleventvods. These are the best highlights of today's LEC 2025 matchup.
Concerned about the damage output? I mean, I guess you could argue that against the decent amount of... Really wants the lane swap here. Of course, Corki, a very powerful early laner. Braum can offer a lot in the 2 versus 2, but you imagine the Ezreal Leona just can play it relatively safe. How executes face checking.
Immediately gets charmed. Okay. Execute, well, he's lived up to his name there. Caps gets first blood. I'm not sure about that face check. Broken Blade having to back in the top lane. Last time we saw the Cho'Gath in the LEC as well was Broken Blade back in 2023. Skirmishes is looking down towards the bottom lane. Patrick's already used the Valkyrie away. The Unbreakable from Execute. Good flash from Skirmishes. Patrick's going to have to flash away. Execute dashes back with the stand behind me. And we'll be able to get to safety. Larson forced out in the mid lane. Broken Blade now on the receiving end of the gank in the top lane. Adam flashes to knock him back. And oh no, Cho has been gaffed by Adam and Malmung. I don't know what gaff is.
We're kind of discussing and contemplating the possibility of a grub. Skirmishes is actually starting off the dragon. Part of that is because Broken Blade's already been able to get an early push on the bot side of the map, with Caps having control of the mid lane as well, making this a very difficult objective to really enter for the side of Rogue.
I also like the idea of the play where you bring your AD carry up early, you show AD in the top side, the enemy responds thinking, oh, they're playing for the grubs, they're trying to set up towards...
Patrick and him continuing to match up. And this 4v4, it's going to be a close one. This Braum can offer a lot of value.
Exactly like that. You see the stun already onto Lebrov. He's now going to have to walk away a little bit wounded as Malrang's on the chase. Flashes forward for Skirmishes, gets the knockback. Execute looking for those concussive blows will get them onto Skirmishes, who falls to Malrang. Now the chase continues. Lebrov has to flash away, and Summer still has the flash and the cleanse and an arcane shift.
Quickly as they can, look for a cross map. Caps immediately roaming towards bot, threatening a potential dive onto Patrick. He's forced to concede the wave, so at the very least G2 will get something, but Rogue is going to be happy with the grubs.
Broken Blade's going to get some gold back into his pockets after falling behind in the early game. Patrick wasn't there to back up his AD carry for now. A minute 30 on the next Drake.
Looking mid.
That he is ready. Larson does have flash back up. And Justice Punch will get Larson to safety.
I mean, this is one of the things I wanted to see a little bit. Oh, I have to hold my breath. Malrang.
Broken Blade's going to be caught up by this. They'll still have the flash, trying to trade back onto Adam, who's holding his distance for now. The Rupture goes wide, and Broken Blade is slammed into the ground by the tree. Magic damage shield. Passively on his W. Broken Blade chasing Patrick. Now Patrick has cleanse and flash. Steps into the Rupture, doesn't burn the flash. Feast does a lot of damage right now.
It's on cooldown,
more spikes. Well, Feast is on cooldown. Okay, he's probably not going to kill him, but he does get the flash out. Thank you for pointing that out.
Damn, yeah, I mean, yeah, but you and I thought the exact same thing. That's a kill.
Yeah, Feast does like 300 damage plus percentage HP right now.
They are able to steal one grub away. Okay, I was going to say I was surprised that they were backing off of that, but Adam had priority over the mid wave, and him joining this fight, we've already seen what happened on the top side of the map, so they didn't want to get into that skirmish once more. 5 grubs is going to be the prize for Rogue. It will deny them one of the feats of strength, but Malrang's not too concerned about that, as the sieging power of Rogue is now a little bit stronger. I will say, nice early game plan so far from Rogue, putting a lot of focus
to his tower. Skirmishes looking for this Drake now, trying to get that mid prio through Hans Summer being there first, but Corki is already gasoling his way through that wave. G2 will start up the Drake. Larson has TP and has that ultimate. The hero's entrance can be so powerful.
It's a bit scuffed of a setup though, because Hans is forced underneath this tower, which means that Patrick has easy access into the river. You can see Skirmishes backing away, and Caps literally just used his ultimate bot lane. While Larson has his, it did cost him his flash, but at the end of the day, Rogue is in a better position. So we've seen a few of these objective starts from G2, and I think they're largely just testing Rogue. See, hey, I mean, if you don't come and check this, we're going to punish you for it.
LeBron's just going to flash for this. Zenith Blade, they know he's got cleanse. Solar Flare just doesn't quite get the stun. Ignite is taken on Patrick, but he'll survive. Nature's Guard's coming out from Malrang. The chase continues here with the TP coming in from Adam. They'll look for Hans Summer, able to dodge away from the route. Lebrov was unable to, though. Rogue get their 4th on the board. A drastic shift, almost a 2,000 gold shift from their average. So a very solid early game for them, and it has to be, because this weekend for Rogue is so vital. They need to be picking up wins. They're currently sitting at 1 and 5 as Larson is caught out with the Rupture. Doesn't have the flash. Very tanky. Season Desist coming out as well, but Larson now down to 300 HP, and he is nommed by Broken Blade.
That he is. G2 make a successful gank happen as they punish Larson on the top side of the map. That was the flash that was burnt earlier, thanks to Caps in the 1v1 bot side of the map. You can see, though, Adam now starting to bully out Caps, and he's primed for a dive.
Nature's Grass coming out once again. Caps does have the flash. TP comes in. Caps Spirit rushes past the Nature's Grass, then back in. Marang flashes for the Twisted Advance. Caps is shut down. Broken Blade looking for the Rupture. The flash away from Adam is just in time. The chase continues. BB no ult. He's not going to be able to feast on anyone. Importantly, though, 4 rows of the table right now sitting at 1 and 5 in 9th place, but let's try and climb a little bit higher. I do want to, like, your point was great, Betty, but I keep watching as the Rupture lands onto Adam. Broken Blade looking for the chase here. It's very tanky. Heartsteel already completed. Looking for another Rupture. Malrang coming across as well, but Broken Blade will just back away.
See now how the matchup has
Nil on
shifted.
Skewmont. Can't believe it.
I don't understand that driving
Oh
reference.
no, you got to look that up, man.
But
it's just not fair. Taking that one away right now. Able to sneak it out, but it looks like Rogue might be collapsing towards the top side here. Larson waiting on that Mega Blast Cone. They'll try and get onto Skewmon. They catch him out. Glacial Fisher going down as well. The flash forward, flash away, but they're looking for those concussive blows and they'll land them. Broken Blade can't do much to dissuade Rogue from just collapsing on Skewmon. They'll get the kill. Now they'll turn that attention across towards the Cho. Shield of Durant for the stun, and that should be a very dead Cho'Gath. In the end, Broken Blade will fall to Larson. The mid lane tier 1, tier 2,000 gold ahead of Larson. TP behind. We talked about these flanking wards before. Patrick's already taken a bit of chunk. Skewmon doesn't have the flash. Broken Blade looking for the Rupture here. Patrick has a flash of his own. He'll flash away. Twisted Advance from Malrang. They jump onto Execute as he's now in the middle of G2. LeBron falls low. Hero's entrance. Execute's already dead. The charm just short. Perhaps a little bit too early from Caps as he wasn't able to catch Larson as he landed. Caps still going in. Another charm comes out. Once again, just wide of their Rogue target. A Drake for G2, though, their prize alongside Execute's life.
These deep wards finally kind of paying back G2 for the investment as they're able to find that flank. They get the flash out from Patrick, they get the heal out from Execute. Adam, though, doesn't commit his TP, and neither does Larson, so that investment from G2 means that there is an advantage in favor of Rogue, because both were used. Caps Kane, ironically, executed.
And the risk now for G2 is that the Otacon has been begun by Rogue. They don't have a TP on Broken Blade. He's on his way. And the problem is, there's a Feast and a Smite on one side and only a Smite on the other. Now, of course, Maokai relatively good at securing objectives, but very hard to do against basically 2,500 true damage. Broken Blade on the front line. Rupture's going to land on 2. Solar Flare follows up onto Execute, and he is down. Patrick locked up with the cease and desist, and the Rogue took too long over that neutral. Malrang now met by Caps. Is going to get charmed up. The Otacon, though, G2's main objective after those 2 kills. Baron as well, a possibility, as they get that false life and have already forced Rogue away.
The biggest strength of Rogue in this game has been the synergy of Malrang and Adam, and we just haven't been able to see that in these fights. Rogue's coordination is just off, and it made it so easy for G2 to collapse onto the bot lane of Rogue and turn the fight in their favor. Now, with this Otacon buff, they set their sights on the Baron, and it's going to be a tough battle for Rogue.
It's kind of like shooting fish in a barrel, though. Broken Blade on the front line, the immediate turn. Never mind. The fish have got Uzis. They shoot back. Lebrov takes the kill. Baron down to 6,000. Malrang trying to find a way in here. Does have a blast cone, but it looks like Rogue. The blast cone's actually a little bit too far away from Malrang, I believe. Baron secured. Lebrov looked for the flash. Couldn't find it onto Adam. Rupture going wide as well. And G2 should count their lucky stars that no one fell down there to the poke from Adam. And will start to back away. First recall's coming out. Nature's Grasp used by Malrang as well. They'll land the root on 2. Lebrov is low, rooted up as well, but in the end, the Nature's Grasp not going to do enough.
There's a disconnection between what it is that Rogue wants to do, and it seemed like
Patrick doesn't have flash, Betty.
No, he doesn't.
And Hans Summer makes him pay for it. Hans gets his first kill of the game. Patrick's just overextending on the bot side.
They were trading kills for towers. G2 was just slowly taking control over the game, and then they tried to force an Otacon, which they just fumbled on the execution. And now G2, fully in the driver's seat, set their sights on the inhibitor towers.
Rogue really need a win this week. If they go 0-3 again, they will be one of our 2 teams getting eliminated. Whether SK will join them, we have still yet to see. Broken Blade on the front line there. Malrang looking for that flank. Rupture coming down. Caps still on the wrong side of the wall, but he can just dash back, and with the way pushing in bot side, Caps goes in, executes. Well, he's executed by Caps there. Jumps across the wall. That Braum not looking tanky at all. G2 might have to think about backing away because their false lives have fallen off. Another charm goes in. Larson pops the taunt to get that DR that Betty was talking about earlier. TP into the base here by Broken Blade. Caps down to a 3rd HP. Larson has to Justice Punch away. Where's the peel is the question. Broken Blade going forward. Twisted Advance already onto that Cho'Gath. Rupture goes wide. It's only a cannon minion here, so Hansama can't get in range of the tower to really do too much damage. Another TP coming in as Caps will rejoin the party on full life. The inhibitor in the mid lane, the first target for G2. They're chipping away at it, but unable to quite get it down as of yet. They do still have the Baron buff in another 20 seconds. They'll take the inhibitor tower in the bot side. They have a double cannon minion wave here. Larson chunked out. Caps flashes forward once again, looking for the engage. Patrick had to cleanse, and Valkyrie away. The inhibitors will fall. 2 of them go down. G2 only 8 kills to 7 up, but 8,000 gold to their advantage.
This composition, again, like I still have some questions around the purpose of this Galio and this composition. Maybe there's something that I'm missing, but when you have things like a Corki and a Jace as a foundation, I can see the idea behind the poke. You chip away at your opposition before then following up and then looking for an engage. But when you have Braum Galio, it's very difficult to really follow up once the poke damage has been done. And a relatively short cooldown.
You can see the damage that Rogue have put out in this game. Yes, Larson has been struggling a little bit, as has Patrick. Hasn't really had the opportunity to open up in fights, but G2 are just tankier, man. Like, Broken Blade can just eat this damage for days. Adam has done 26k. And yes, Broken Blade died a few times in the early game, but since then, it really hasn't looked like a threat. Right now, Hansama is being a bit threatened. Redemption coming out, Hansama able to get out of the back of it and survive for the moment, but that was Rogue's engage. That was what they were looking for. Yes, they haven't used the Nature's Grasp for the minions. How much health does Patrick have, Betty?
He has 2,297
Okay, so
HP.
it does half of Patrick's health.
Give or take.
Nice enough. Nice enough as G2 will push in the top side, and unless Rogue finds something truly special in this moment, it feels like a victory march. The charm goes down onto Larson. There's the solar flare for the follow-up. He's dead, says Betty. And I think G2 agree. The inhibitor will follow shortly after, as G2 now in a 4v5 can continue to advance. Patrick chunked out by a Mystic shot there from Hansama. No Baron on G2 right now,
They
so
really
the minions
don't need it.
a little bit less tanky. Look, Betty, I'm looking for the silver lining. I'm looking for the light at the end of the tunnel, but it seems like it's a train about to collide into Rogue right now. They go for the engage. Malrang's already dead pretty much. Adam locked up by Skumon. Malrang goes down. Adam has to dodge away from the Zenith Blade, but the Nexus towers have been wailed upon by G2. And Rogue will fall to 1 and 6. It was a good early game, but G2 through the mid-game showed why they are still a force to be reckoned with here in the LEC, and why that 6-3 record that Betty talked about earlier won't be broken today. The hero's entrance from Larson. Not the most apt to name this game for him. Great victory from G2.